Folks, we're here at Sporting Lifestyles with John Jay, the general manager of the store. And boy, I'll tell you what, you've been open for a couple of weeks, and looking around, this thing is just totally awesome. John, you got a ghillie suit on over there. What's that all about?
Well, I'm not wearing a ghillie suit, but it's just an example of, I think, of how far we've gone to try to fit the needs of our customers. We have ghillie suits, we have leafy suits, we have bathing suits. We've got all kind of suits in this place to solve the needs of the customers that are outdoor people in this area. Of course, we just started to get in some handguns and some long guns now, and as you can see, we've added an awful lot to our selection of what we have to offer for people that are experienced shooters or people that want to learn how to shoot. Everything from aids to help them stabilize their weapons when they shoot to things to clean them with, shooting glasses to protect their eyes and ear protectors to protect their ears from the noise that the guns and the ammunition make. Have a large selection of ammunition on hand for many different varied calibers and many different loads. And we've got a wide selection of optical covers so they can protect that scope. We've also got a wide selection of scopes and binoculars right here at Christmas time. They make wonderful gifts, and there's something nice that you can have at any time if you go to a football game or down to the beach and you want to watch the sunset. They're just wonderful things to have. We have high quality, and we have them in a variety of prices that almost anyone I think could enjoy. We also have a number of stocking stuffers, everything from hand warmers to inexpensive hand tools, and a multi-tool that's about $4. A set of binoculars that's about $4 that make great things to put in the stocking for a child from 8 to 78. They're just handy things. We have a multitude of things that you can treat your clothing with to disguise the way that you smell, or even just completely obliterate the smell when you go into the woods. We've become a complete outdoor store right here in Andalusia, Alabama. No need to go north, no need to go south, no need to go to the big box store east or west. Come right here. We've got your product when you need it at Sporting Lifestyles.
John, I also understand that looking around this store, I'm looking at canoes, I'm looking at kayaks, I'm looking at canoes, every kind of bit of water sports that you can imagine over there. Like you said, you had bathing suits. You've got just about everything that big box store would have right here in downtown Andalusia on the Circle.
And you'll find that we're competitively priced with that big box store on almost everything. In fact, many times we're below that big box store price. It's interesting that you would mention the canoes this time of year. It's kind of cool out there today, and I'm sure that a lot of people would think, gosh, if I went in a canoe today, I'd be crazy. And you might be marginally. But the truth of the matter is, this is a wonderful time of the year to take to the streams and the rivers here in South Alabama, because you can go down a stream or a river that doesn't have all the foliage on it that it would have in the summertime, and you can see an awful lot of things like shark's teeth or arrowheads, any number of landforms. This is a beautiful area that people come to from all over the United States to hunt for shark's teeth. They do it in many of the rivers and streams that we have around here. And this is a wonderful time to do that. There's stories of people from this area that have collected an awful lot of artifacts over time just by walking and canoeing down these streams in Covington County. It's a wonderful area filled with all kinds of flora and fauna. We've got unusual trees. We've got some beautiful wildlife that you'll be able to see on the riverside as you go down, and you don't have to worry about snakes most of the time this time of year.
That and the insects are laid back, and all the wild animals are kind of unwild right now, like you're saying. And I'll share something with you. It was about 4 years ago. I went with a friend of mine in a canoe down one of the local rivers here, and we took a metal detector, and we were going along the different areas of the banks and things like that, and we actually found some great Confederate artifacts.
Really?
It was awesome. And like you said, though, there was no mosquitoes out there. There was no snakes. I didn't worry about jumping out of the boat, or the canoe. But it's a good time of year right now. Hunting is wide open right now. Let's talk a little bit about that, John. We're looking over here at the rifles, the ammunition. You've got ammunition for just about everything. You're very knowledgeable on these items as well. I heard you talking with a person earlier today about the different size 45 caliber bullets and how they came about and who did what. A lot of knowledge with all of this comes with the store.
Well, I thank you. I'm not sure that compliment's as deserved as it sounds like it ought to be. We've had a lot of experience over the years with different types of ammunition and guns, and we've enjoyed that an awful lot. We have a store here that we've got, everything from a wonderful archery department that I'd put up against anybody anywhere in this part of the United States, not Alabama, in this part of the United States. And we've got some experienced people that deal with an awful lot of different type of weapons. We've got a good selection of black powder rifles that'll allow someone to extend their season with, and they're extremely reasonable priced. We've got a great selection of scopes, and we're glad to mount those scopes for those people and bore sight them when they come in most cases. If it's our scope and our product, we'll do that at no charge.
Well, you got handguns, you got rifles, you got long guns.
Yes, sir.
And you've got the what they call the semi-automatic AR-15s, I believe it is, or something similar.
Well, I don't have any AR-15s at this time. I have some AR type rifles, and I have some. We have some nice values in 10-22s, 22 rifles in stock, as well as some fine long guns. We've got a couple of unique rifles and pistols that are real specialized that someone ought to take a look at because they represent a great value for them.
John, we're back over here where the guns are. We were just talking about the guns, and you said, you know what, let's talk about the guns and some of the other things that come up with them. You got a couple items right there you want to share with us.
Well, I've done some guiding and a lot of hunting in my life, and one of the things that I found to be unfortunately true is that a lot of game is lost because people don't shoot their guns enough. They're scared of them or something like that, or they just don't zero them. We've got some things in stock. For instance, this steady point, which is a thing you can put on your the table, a shooting table out in the woods or somewhere like that at a range, and you can really make sure that your rifle's on target without becoming beat up by the process yourself. It's designed to vise your stock in here and then raise and lower the forearm until you get your rifle on target, and then you can fire repeated shots from the same position until you get your scope spot on. That's a nice thing that saves a lot of game because they weren't damaged, wounded, or something like that. And another thing we've got here, and I think about this because I ordered this originally for a friend of mine that had this type of thing for a friend of mine that had a stroke. And it's called a dead shot field pod, and it's designed for someone to shoot if they've only got one arm that they can use. They can use this and put it in the tree stand or shooting house or on the ground in a field blind or ground blind, and put their rifle here and mount it and then turn it in any number of positions, up, down, adjust this. And just with one arm, they can make themselves a very effective hunter if they've had a stroke or something like that. It's very reasonably priced. It's about $79. It's an excellent product that helps a lot of people get back into the field that didn't think they could go into the field anymore.
John, we're looking at Christmas just a few weeks away.
Correct.
And, you got handguns right there behind you to your right, and there's also some in the other box over there. You've also got some black powder pistols that are absolutely gorgeous. I was looking at those earlier today. All this, people are going to say, well, gee, how do we buy them? They're going to have to qualify through the federal firearms.
Well, absolutely, and that's a good question. Now, the black powder weapons are an entirely different class of weapon than what we would call the modern day firearm, and there are not nearly as many restrictions on them. If I say to you a black powder pistol, I don't have to call and get a a NICS test, something to see if you've got a criminal record or something like that. I can just sell that over the counter to you without any reservations. Now, if we move into the modern firearm family, the long guns, the rifles, today's shotguns, today's rifles or pistols, then I have to go and call for a background check on that. And generally I can't sell to someone from out of state if they want to buy a pistol. But if they're qualified and they want to buy a rifle or they want to buy a shotgun, certainly we would encourage them to come in and see us. The pistols are something that's the government pays an awful lot of attention to, especially given some of the incidents in the past few years. But we carry a good selection from a number of people: a Ruger, Taurus, Armscore. We have some Smith product. We've got a good selection here of high quality pistols, and
there'll be more coming in.
Sir?
There'll be more coming
and
in.
There'll be more. Absolutely. Well, we're kind of in the beginning of this thing with the guns. That's a very expensive proposition to get into, and quite frankly, this represents a good investment for Covington County that our ownership's already made. We want to grow this business, and we can't grow without the people here in Covington County. But we're gonna have to grow into the gun business. I wish we could open up with $1 million worth of guns right here. It's just not possible at this time.
What do you see as the highest or the best highlight of the store? I mean, I'm looking at this as a first for this community ever, having just the sporting lifestyles in the community with all the variety. But is there any single item that you can pick out off the top of your head that would best set for this community right now, for the type of community in with the demographics?
Well, quite honestly, I think the thing that sets us apart from most other places is going to be the quality of the people that we have in here. James Ennis over here in archery, I mean, just eminently qualified at what he does. John Tisdale III is one of the nicest customer representatives, sales representatives, customer help representatives that you'll ever meet. He also happens to be very knowledgeable about an awful lot of freshwater and saltwater product, and he's a canoeer himself. My son Benjamin, who works here on the weekends, extremely knowledgeable when it comes to things about rifles, pistols, and ammunition. I mean, you paid me a compliment by saying I seem knowledgeable, and believe me, beside him, I'm a 10-degree thermometer, and he's 100 degrees. Excellent experience, good people that are very knowledgeable, and we want to help people make the right decisions. Don't think there's anybody in here that wants to rush anybody into buying something that they'll have buyer's remorse or sticker shock about later. We're very competitive with our prices. We've shopped it. We know it. Our customers tell us this, that we've got a selection that quite honestly is far outsized to the community that we serve.
John, what are your store hours and the days that you're open?
We're open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. On Saturdays, we're open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. We'll have a good staff on hand. We have someone in the bow shop virtually all the time. Unless there's an illness or something like that, someone can always help you out with a bow question and oftentimes with a gun question.
John, we're going to go ahead and take a break from you right now and head on over to the archery section and introduce our community to James Ennis over there, who's been established in this community for a number of years as well. We're excited about it. We watched him over there teaching a young man how to shoot his first arrow with a compound bow. So there's exciting things going on here with an archery inside the building, but we'll let James explain that as we go along. John, thank you so
Eddie,
much.
thank y'all for coming out and visiting with us today and for giving us the time to talk to your audience. We appreciate that very much, and we hope they'll come and join us here and just take a look at what we've got. And I think it's a little different than anything for miles and miles.
Well, I'll tell you
Merry
what,
Christmas.
My Christmas list just got longer.
Okay.
Hello, folks. We just got done talking to John Jay over there on the guns and talking about the entire store. Now we're going to get down to a little bit of a specialty area of sporting lifestyles. And here today with us, I'd like to introduce James Ennis, who has got years of experience in archery. In fact, he used to be the owner of the White Oak Archery over in Opp. And you have joined hands over here with Sporting Lifestyles now and
Yes, sir.
become a part of this. So, James, I watched you a little while ago teaching a child that has got his first bow and arrow.
Yep.
And tell us about that. How'd that come?
That was a Christmas present. The young man didn't even know he was getting a bow. He's never shot a bow, and he learned very well. He did very good, and that's what I specialize in, getting people to shoot the bows. I can help anybody shoot a bow. I've hardly met anybody I could not help.
Well, that young man was in there in less than 5 minutes, and we got it on videotape. Folks
Yep.
are watching it right now. And what we're seeing here is his second shot. You told him to, line it up and, and showed him how to use the aim or the targeting device. And he shot the first arrow into the center of the target in the indoor range that you have here.
Yes.
And then you told him to adjust up just a little bit and aim again right at the same spot. And he slapped the arrows together.
Oh, yeah. He
And that
can
means
shoot.
they shot right next to each other.
Yes.
Almost a Robin Hood event.
Close.
Very close.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that was his second time shooting that thing, and that was quite impressive.
Yeah, he did very well.
He did. And, folks, we got to talk about the different types of stuff here. James has got 25 years experience in archery, and he's got 15 years in repairs, and he works with bow hunters all the time, and this is going to be a great hand-in-hand deal with you here at Sporting Lifestyles. Tell us about, I'm looking behind you, I warned you, I'm a novice at this. I'm seeing what looks to me like, I don't know, contraptions.
Lots and lots of bows. Matthews, Hoyt, Missions, Bear, some PSC. I can fit just about anybody. Very few people, again, I cannot fit with a bow. I have something for everybody,
Well, I see there's what you call the compound bow, which is to your right there. I see up here on the wall and over here on some racks what I know is crossbows. And yeah, there you go. You're going to say, okay, now that changed too, right?
Oh, no. Crossbows are legal, so anybody can shoot them. They're great weapons,
But
great to hunt
they
with.
don't look the same as a crossbow I used to shoot.
No, sir. They have developed, some of them are shooting over 400 feet per second.
Wow.
And some are a lot quieter. They don't sound much more than a soft 22 going off. They're getting quieter, faster, lighter, stronger. There's a lot of good crossbows.
Now, in hunting with a bow, it takes a lot of patience, but to me it seems, and I guess to others out there that are out as hunters, you're in a quiet situation. You don't scare the other animals off with a cross or with a bow when you're shooting. And you can possibly get multiple shots off if you have to in a situation. I have seen that happen.
You can, but then you got to clean the deer. I'm only going to shoot once. I don't know about anybody else.
Well, I'm just saying if there's an opportunity there.
I've actually done it several times in my lifetime, killed a couple deer in the same set, but I'm too old and too lazy. Won't do it again.
How's deer season been this year?
So far, great.
And what do you think about the setup that you have here at Sporting Lifestyles? What can you and can you not do here?
Oh, I can do anything with a bow. I can give lessons. I can teach people how to shoot. We will have a 40-yard indoor range. It's not ready yet, but it is coming.
So what we have in there is just a range for you to set the bows up.
Right now, yes, but there will be a 40-yard indoor range. And we will have tournaments inside the building.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's going to be exciting. So, and this is indoors, so it's year-round.
Year-round. If it's hot, it's going to be air conditioned. If it's cold, it's going to be warm.
Anything as far as Christmas coming up, any ideas and things to throw out there for the folks?
Oh, I got a lot of youth bows. I got several youth bows, just like the young man that was just in here. I spend a lot of time with the youth. Bows I sell this year, if they are Christmas gifts, I will be here the day after Christmas to help kids shoot their bows.
Wow. So you'll be open here after Christmas
I'll be here the day after Christmas to help kids shoot the bows.
and
Yes.
get them lined up and get
Yep.
them all set up to go. So, all right. Well, we appreciate it, James. We're looking forward to a long relationship with you here at Sporting
Okay.
Lifestyles. 20,000 square foot facility, and you have got yourself a nice little piece of that marked into the archery section.
I think I got the nicest archery shop in South Alabama.
Well, we're hearing a lot of good things about you already from around the community, as well as John Jay over there, who really talked about you earlier during the program. We appreciate it, James. You have yourself a Merry Christmas. Folks, come on down to Sporting Lifestyles here in the city of Andalusia at the Westgate Plaza, and come get your archery set up. James here will set you up. He'll teach you how to do it from scratch, and I bet you he can teach Eddie how to shoot a bow. So y'all have a Merry Christmas, and come on down to Sporting Lifestyles.